Hey ratbags, it's Jade with a SMALLAND news update today. Xbox and PlayStation fans, you may be happy to hear that the taming update is going live. It should be live right now. Just go ahead and restart your game, restart your console, and an update should pop up on Xbox and PlayStation. Taming update is a massive overhaul, giving a lot more life and more uses. Although there's still quite a few creatures that you cannot ride, but a lot of them do now have the ability to be tamed. You can use them as companions, you can take more than one pet out at a time. I've covered some of this in some videos I did when it launched on PC a few weeks ago, a month ago. If you don't know, that's the cadence at the moment. SMALLAND Merge don't seem to be able to get the updates launched at the same time, so it will be at least a month afterwards sometimes for some of these bigger, large updates. So it's good stuff. SMALLAND is improving with its updates. I did give it a ripping when it went into 1.0, feeling like it was undercooked, and I think I was correct in that. Lots of these content updates they've dropped since absolutely should have been in there with the 1.0, and it would have given a nice big boost to the game coming out with early access, where it'd only been in there barely a year. But you've got to recognise when they are improving, and it is now making the game a little bit more enjoyable, and I'm close to maybe revisiting it and doing a fresh play. So I'm going to cover some of them patch notes for you, just relatively give you an overview of what to expect, but also there is new stuff to be teased for PC players that you get to experience today if you want to. They've just launched a new experimental branch, and effectively it adds things like the Mantis as well as base raids. Something I've wanted for a while, with these trees in the bases, or the bases in the trees, have always been great, but it kind of removes a lot of the danger. Well, there's going to be new branches to go and explore, creating a brand new biome to go and adventure in. But it does add a Mantis, and it does look like other creatures have the opportunity to come along and potentially raid you. The Mantis better be doing some kung fu moves, I swear. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a new boss-like creature, and here's one of the big stag beetles, rhino beetles, coming to do damage to your beautiful shrine or building. Maybe there'll be defenses. Yeah, we've got spikes, and these are all available on the experimental branch right now. So looking for get feedback. It's only going to be on Steam, so if you haven't got it on Steam, you won't be able to test any of this stuff out just yet. But the Treetop update is available if you download their new experimental branch of the game. So I'm going to start with this first because I know a lot of PC players will be eager just to hear what it's like, and I'm downloading it. I'm going to give it a shot and show you some videos later. But there is a traversable canopy connecting all of the great trees in the overhand. It's able to be inhibited by familiar creatures and the brand new mantises. So the new mantis, obviously, yep, could be potentially something pretty good. Don't know what's going on with these spelling mistakes here. Overhands, overlands. I won't say too much because my spelling's awful. But base raids are a thing. This is going to be a new world event triggered by swiping one of the mantis eggs yourself and incubating it in a new incubation building workstation. Mantises will want their eggs back and they'll be bringing back up. Okay, so you don't have to worry about your bases getting destroyed unless you really want to. Just leave the mantis eggs alone. So it does look like you will be able to tame them. The incubation building station looks pretty interesting as well. Carbon copy of Ark, but I don't mind that so much. And traps. Okay, so we've got pyrite or wood, and these are pretty much just spike walls, spike floors that you'll be able to lay down and hopefully defend against. So yeah, I may give this one a shot. So just a quick rundown of the taming update. Taming has changed. No longer do you just have to beat a creature up and feed it its favourite food. Instead, you'll have to lay down these traps. These traps will then go ahead and have a chance of knocking creatures out, and then you can hopefully then go ahead and tame them once they're complete. You'll have to go and visit some of the NPCs again to unlock each different type of trap. I've got basic, improved, advanced and superior, and they basically increase the chances that you can go ahead and tame a higher or larger creature. And then it depends, I think, on the bait that you use. You still may need certain baits to go ahead, so don't worry if you've got a big massive supply, they should still be useful. So it was a bit hit and miss when I first messed around with them when it came out on PC, this update. A lot of the traps just felt like they were useless, but eventually I did manage to tame a new beetle. And I do believe they've completely removed the other methods. You no longer hit them and then feed them, so don't try doing that anymore. If it goes wrong and doesn't tame them, you may have to fly away and come back again and then put another trap down for it to hopefully work. And yes, you can now go ahead and ride certain creatures like the jumping spider. Over 38 brand new tames. Pretty much every creature in SMALLAND is now tameable, but not every creature is rideable. I think they're going to take that on board. A lot of people were complaining that certain creatures they would expect to be able to ride, they can't, but that may be something in the future. And yeah, party size is increased. So there's basically a score of 100. Effectively, as long as your score doesn't go over that, you can take as many creatures as you want, and each creature has got a score. So smaller creatures like ladybugs, they're going to be relatively low, so you might be able to take 5, 6, 7 of them around with you as a little posse. But larger creatures, maybe like the blue tier and maybe something else, they might be bigger, and so that might be the only 2 creatures you can take because you're getting close to that 100 limit. It's all going to be dependent on the level and the species of the creature, so the higher the level, then obviously the more of a score it's going to be. Added with this, there's 15 different traits for your creatures now when you tame them. Common, uncommon, rare, legendary. You've got some that will give you a healing aura, pretty much sneezing on you in some sort of cloud dust. Some of them will have a bit more durability. I think some also give extra carry weight. So I will probably maybe do a revisit of some of these and tell you guys which ones are the best. But obviously it's going to be random, so you have to just keep taming lots of creatures to hopefully get a good roll of traits that you want. I'm pretty sure all pets now have an inventory themselves where they can carry more stuff, not just ladybugs. That's how long ago it was. So yeah, I'm sure that's going to be a massive improvement for a lot of creatures. So there's lots of these different perks to check out. And you'll be able to go ahead and bond. By petting your bugs, you can make them stronger and deal more damage. So make sure you take care of them, because if you don't, they've got a chance of actually just leaving you if you leave them neglected. And just a heads up, yeah, when you spawn in, make sure you go and pet all your creatures if you've got a lot already. As when I joined the game, they were all set to 0. So you don't want any losing or missing out. Go and pet them as soon as you load up the game after this update. And bugs won't die straight away now. In fact, they've made it as a game option that you can turn on or off. Instead, they'll be incapacitated, and then a creature will then come and try and finish them off. But you can use a brand new revive incense to bring them back to life. I did have a bunch of hot fixes after this major update on PC, so I'm sure lots more has been improved. I still feel like the creatures themselves need a lot of work. In terms of how they follow you and don't get stuck on certain things, it kind of is still very buggy and annoying. But for sure, it's a step in the right direction. So that was all the old update. That's available for everyone now, the taming update. And once again, reiterating the Treetop update, that's only for PC and only if you opt in. If you've never done this before somehow, right click on the game, go to properties, go to betas, click on this little box here, and it should have the public test branch available. Click on it, close the box, and it should start updating and giving you a new version of the game. I can't imagine they're going to introduce this for console because it just probably costs too much money. Fingers crossed it does keep you progress, lots of other games do. If I have to start a new character to test this, that's going to be a bit of an issue, but I'll let you guys know. And there we go, if you want to see me cover SMALLAND again, let me know. It's been a while since I really spent a long time covering SMALLAND since its launch and then subsequent updates afterwards. With Grounded slowing down now though, and Power World maybe not being amazing for me, there is a small window for me to maybe cover some other stuff. So let me know if you want me to take a look at all the SMALLAND stuff again. And that's it, ratbags. I'll see you later.